Feeling drained when going to outings with your friends? Is writing significantly easier than speaking? Is your idea of a good time more often just a book and a glass of wine, gaming and Netflix, drawing and fixing a puzzle? Then you might just be an introvert. But what is an introvert? There are several different definitions for introvert, but basically it's someone that has a much more apparent finite reserves when it comes to engaging socially. How do you know if you're an introvert? Well, you can start by looking at your parents. Introversion seems to have a high genetic component, so while the environment in which you're raised can have a big impact, the greatest influence is heredity. So as you may know, I am also a supporter of the Myers-Briggs personality assessment test. If you haven't taken that test, you can easily Google and find an abridged version online, or you can just buy the full test online somewhere if you want a full understanding to be extra sure. But chances are that you are in some ways an introvert regardless, because contrary to popular belief, it is officially accepted that introversion and extroversion exists on a spectrum. No one is 100% one way or the other. This is why you often see people you think are extroverts claim they're introvert. But in some ways, they might be right. So don't gatekeep out there, fam, because everyone is both. But where you predominantly lean can vary greatly. For some people, it can be highly situational. For example, hyperactive around a certain group of friends, but extremely cold around literally everyone else. Then there are some people that are just quiet all the time. If you have a familiarity with introversion, you've likely heard the term social battery. And this is the metaphor used to describe the core tenet of being an introvert. A battery has a finite reserve of power. It is drained based on usage. The more power required and demanded of the battery to be expended, the faster the battery drains. The social battery works the same way. The more populated the social function, the more social energy required. That causes the introvert to burn out more quickly. This is why introverts really value their alone time to recharge and recover from exhausting themselves socially. The more introverted someone is, the easier it is for them to be drained. So some misconceptions to clear up about introverts. A lot of introverts are shy, but the two words aren't exactly synonymous. Shyness implies fear. Fear of rejection, fear of judgment, or just insecurity. But some introverts like myself are not exactly afraid to interact. We just generally don't find it to be a meaningful use of our time. So there's much less fear and much so indifference. There's also a correlation between introversion and depression. But again, because someone might be deeply introverted doesn't necessarily mean that they suffer from depression. In fact, many introverts may very well be at peace and have a much more zen attitude beneath their silence. Introverts also have a fully functional sense of humor. Not all comedy is goofiness and in your face. And I'd say most introverts have a heavy lean towards sarcasm in particular. Something I see a lot when dating is that women say that they want someone with a sense of humor. And to me, that's a nothing statement. Everyone has a sense of humor. It just may not align with yours. And introverts often don't reveal that side to them immediately, because the biggest through line with all introverts is trust. We are slower to trust, be it with our sense of humor, opening up about our life, sharing our thoughts and opinions, all of the above. If we aren't sure that you care, we aren't going to waste the time and energy engaging. Our society, particularly in America, is geared towards rewarding extroversion. We are raised to have a seize the day attitude and constantly pressured to speak our minds as loudly as possible. Modern conveniences such as dating sites, ride sharing, food delivery, and such all have made life much easier for everyone, especially the introvert. But at the end of the day, the brash and the bold still get their way more often than not and thrive in this society. So if you know an introvert at work or school or wherever, give them a chance. Don't wait for them to speak up if you aren't close.
Doing our thing and our little dance, and it's almost the peace of their body, refusing to be bothered by it all. I will not let that destroy my day. That's what they're almost saying. I'm not going to let you destroy my day. I am who I am. And in that sense, they do hold their ground. They stay here in their space and let you do all your crazy dances and arguing. And very often they'll wait till the end of the conversation when you finally notice Sharon. Oh, Sharon, we didn't let you share. Sometimes Sharon will come out with just 2 sentences.
Open the proverbial door for them and show them that their input matters. Let them surprise you with their wit and creativity. You might have wrote them off previously as cold and disinterested, but perhaps they have just been waiting for the opportunity to present themselves so that they can fully reveal themselves. Why bother speaking up if people aren't going to care and just ignore you or brush off your thoughts? Introverts love their peace, they value their alone time, and they conserve their social energy. But they don't necessarily hate people. So if you show them interest, then just maybe you'll make an interesting and enigmatic friend. Thanks for watching. If this video did anything for you, feel free to leave a like or subscribe, or come on back anytime you want to get some more introvert content. I got plenty of stuff on the way. All right, love y'all and find peace.
Show me your mean face. No, your mean face. Get grizzly. When your moment comes, we're all relying on you to be super scary.
Why?
Don't you remember? The bravest warriors are dead, struck down in battle. We on our own.
Oh, right. I won't let us down.
Now go practice being an a-hole. Tour starts in an hour.